Hey guys, welcome back to this video. So this is the part 2 video of the table lamp product design. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to render a product using D5 render. Okay. So let's begin with it. First, I'm going to start a new project. So I will show you from the scratch. Okay. So when we open the D5 render, it will be like this. So this is the model which we created in the last video. If you guys didn't see this, go and watch how to model this if you want. Okay, so before start anything, I just wanted to give a backdrop. For that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my layer, then I will draw a line like this and to the top, and I will fillet the bottom part because it will give a nice surface. Okay, the fillet will be like more than 50 or something. Yeah, now this is fine. Let me join this and make a surface like this. Okay, so here you can see the table is below little bit, so I'll select everything. I will move 1 centimeter above, so it will be exactly on the surface. Okay, so now let's go to the top view and we can put it. What is this? Okay, we don't need it. We'll delete this. Okay, go to the top view and put it somewhat closer, similar like this. If you want to change, we can change it later. Okay, now before connecting to D5 render, you have to give a material. Okay, so differentiate the colors. So I'm going to use sync render colors. Select all layers. So this what will do it, this will transform all the layer colors into a material. Now we can connect to D5. It's connected, you can see here, and yeah, that's it. We'll go here. So first of all we have to do is set a basic view, a view something like this. Okay, I am okay with this. Create a new scene, and in the in the scene you can set 40 mm is fine, and 2-point perspective, so it will look nicer. Turn off the exposure, and what else? That's it. Just update the scene. So first what I am going to do is I'm gonna give colors. I'm not gonna do very precisely. I'm just gonna show you how to render a product. That's it. So for the background base, I'm gonna give something a lighter color, like an olive color or something, olive green, because that's my favorite. And okay, here see, I missed this to put it the same color as this one, so we'll go back in Rhino. I will select this and put it in the same golden color. Okay, now that's fine. So we'll go to the assets. In the assets, there is a metal. In the metal you will find the rose gold. I'm gonna put it here. So I will also turn on the triplanar. It will look nice. Let's turn off the triplanar. Then I will select this one. So this one I will keep it gray color, but little bit lighter, something like this. And then I will increase the specular little bit, also the roughness, so we will get a nice reflection here. Then we will go here to the red color. I will prefer to keep the red color like this, but I will give the specular value a little bit higher, so it will attract more lighting to the surface. Okay, I think we are ready. Okay, for the table lamp, the top part, we can go here in the fabrics. You will find a material called, yeah, this one, the gray gauze, whatever it is. it's a curtain material, so we can use this, so it will give a nice effect when we put the light. So mostly we don't need to change anything. If you want to play with the color, you can play, and nothing else to do. Okay, now go to our scenes. So let's work on the lighting. So first and most important thing, go to the environment and not HDRI. I'm gonna choose this pure white, and I will turn off the light to 0. Okay, so now in the scene we don't have any lights, so we have light up the scenes. So here, first thing to do, go to the lights, use a point light and put it inside here. Okay, and we go to the top view. You can press T to go to the top view and put it exactly here, and because this is where the bulb will be. And turn off the visible in reflection and make this into 3000, yeah, 3000. And the annotation radius also we need to make it smaller, only to cover the lamp. And the intensity, let's keep it like this now. If we want, we can change it later. Maybe the annotation will be 300. Yeah, I'm okay with it. No need to save. Anyway, so now we gave the bulb light. So for the product design, it's better to use 3 lights always. The one is main light, and the second one is secondary light, and the third one is the background light, you can say. So for that, I will go to the top view, use T. I will create a rectangle light and I will put it here. Okay, and I will make another rectangle light. I will put it here. So I said 3 lights, right? So 3 lights, 1 light, this one, second light, third light. This is the key light. I mean this one. This is the secondary light. This is the background light. So first turn off the other 2 lights. Let's keep only the primary light. Go to the perspective view, select the rectangle lights, just move it upside like this, and if you want, you can reduce the size of it. Yeah, I'm okay with it somewhat. Now what we have to do is we have to rotate this, focusing on our product, because this is the main key light. Rotate this. Okay, let's see the target. Is it pointing directly to our objects? No. If it's not, okay, adjust it like this. We can see it in the, oh my god. And one thing guys, always remember, whatever you are changing in the environment or effects or anything, you have to always update the scene, otherwise it will go away. So I'll go here again, use pure white, and I will reduce all the light and I will update the scene. Okay, so where is our key light? This is our key light. Let's see, the key light is directly pointing. It's not pointing exactly, so we will adjust to point, so like this. Okay, now I think it's pointing directly towards the product. So first I will turn off the visible, or else I will keep it because it's giving a nice reflection. So I will keep 6500 because this is the key light. And for the annotation radius, I will reduce a little bit like this, and the intensity I will make it somewhat like this. Okay, and let me check is the exposure value is auto turned on. No, it's turned off, so it's fine. Okay, so now we gave the key light. Once we set up all the lights, then we can play with the values. So now go to the this is our secondary light, right? So move this also and rotate it, and somewhat focusing the other side of our product. Okay, and this one, make the size smaller. Okay, when you change the size, you can see the light is reducing as well, right? So we will keep it very minimal just to light up this area. So I will turn off the visible in reflection, and I will change this color into 4500. So it will look like little bit warmer. So, or else let's give 4000. Yeah, I'll prefer it like this. And the intensity, you can play with it like this. And also for the bottom part, I want it to more gray. Yeah, I like this. Then we will light up the final light, which is just move this and focus on the background. Let's rotate this light to focus on the background. Then go to the front view and reduce the size as well. Reduce smaller and smaller, because we want a smooth part here. So it's better to give a lighting. That's why we are using the third light. And reduce the intensity as well. Of course, turn off the visible in reflection. And the color, you can give whatever you want. If you want to give a lighter tone, you can give the lighter tone, or else if you wanted a blue shade, if you can give it. So basically we set our lights in a very basic manner. So let's enhance this. So first, before playing with the lights again, we will work on the effects here. Let's reduce the exposure a little bit, somewhat like this, I think. And we don't need to increase the contrast, and reduce the highlights little bit, and keep the shadows around 3.5. You can play whatever you want. I think this is nice. Now let's play again with the lights and the materials. You can change like this, and for the inner point bulb, you can increase the intensity, and annotation radius, let's give 280, or let's keep it 300, which is great. And also I wanted to make this red color to a little bit darker, and also this one little bit glossier. Okay, and let's make this little bit lighter. Yeah. Okay, so you can play as much as you want until you get the results what you want. Okay, so once you've basically finalized all the materials, everything, then play with the lighting little by little. If you let's go to the key light. If it's increased, will it be better, or if we decrease, it will be better. I'll increase it little bit, and visible in reflection, and I will make it little bit warmer this side. So I feel this side is fine for me. And for the shadow side, the secondary light, I will make it reduce the intensity more and turn on the visible in reflection. And I wanted to point more towards the product. We'll go to the top view to see. Yeah, that's why it's not looking good. And I will move somewhat closer. and also I will rotate little bit down. We see in the top view. Yes. And reduce the intensity a little bit more. And finally the third light. Third light also you can play with it. Annotation radius, make it something like this. And the secondary light, make the annotation radius little bit smaller. Okay, and the first, yeah, okay, so for me it's fine. So go to here, turn on this AO, let's give a value. You can see the shadows. This is for the depth. Then turn on this overlay. Update the scene again. So that's it. We will go to the camera and 4:3, make it like this. Make it 4K. Update the scene again. Then in the channels, go here and choose the reflection and AO, and then render this like in 5. Also open Photoshop to do a little bit post production, so it will look more nicer. Okay, the rendering is done. Let's open Photoshop and go to our files, bring this to here, and also bring the reflection and AO map. So for the AO map, you have to choose soft light, and for the reflection, you have to choose green. Okay, and reduce the opacity. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, first we will check the reflection. See, the reflection is huge, so we have to reduce the opacity to 20. And now check it. Okay, I feel the reflection is fine. Then check the AO map. AO map also we need to, you can see the difference, right, with the depth. That's why we are rendering the AO map also. You can reduce this 30. Let's check how it is. Yeah, I like this. So one final step, go Shift Control A, so you can open the camera raw filter. Here you can play with the exposure, contrast, highlights. I'll reduce the highlights. So let's just play around a little. Make the texture like 25, on the clarity like 4 or 5. Dehaze, I will keep it 0. Okay, for in the color, you can make the green little bit saturated and luminous, so it will, yeah, I like this. So yeah, I like this. So I'll press OK. So here you have it. You have a nice render of the product. I feel this thickness is too much. And that is fine, yeah. So that's it, guys. That's it for the video. I will see you on the next video. Bye.